My content really needs to be hyping up and informing my audience so that they're ready to buy what I'm going to launch. Because if we don't put these things on our calendar, honestly, we're going to forget. This is the calendar view, and you can see my entire content for January is planned out and color coded so that I'm not wasting my time or skipping over creating content. I've been creating content for over 5 years now, and each year not only have I changed or tweaked my content marketing plan, but I've been able to double my business revenue every single year. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to make sure the content you're creating actually helps you achieve goals, whether they're to make more sales of your digital products or courses or book more clients, how you can start planning out all your content on a calendar and setting due dates so it actually gets done, and my secret process for how I work smarter, not harder with my content, i.e. how to repurpose the crap out of your content. If this sounds great to you, type "let's go" in the comments below and let's get started. My name is Trina if you are new here, and if you enjoy learning about organizing and planning out your content in advance so you can make more money in your business, make sure you hit subscribe because that's my jam. Just a little pre-work here. I want to share with you the tools that I use to create my content marketing plan. First, the project management tool that I use is called Asana. You don't have to use Asana, although there is a free version that you can totally get by with. You could also use something like Trello, ClickUp, Monday, all options. So once you have the project management tool you're gonna work with, the next thing that I like to do is plan out 60 to 90 days in advance. The reason why I like doing that is I can start baking in my time off, whether that's holidays that are coming up, birthdays, just days that I don't want to work. I can get that calendar set up 60 to 90 days out and make sure I can block those times off. The next thing that I'll like to add into that 60 to 90 days is things that I'm launching, because it's going to be really important for me to make sure my content marketing strategy aligns with my launches. My content really needs to be hyping up and informing my audience so that they're ready to buy what I'm going to launch. So for me, at the end of February, I am hosting a virtual summit called the Video Reframe Summit. And then I'm also planning a launch of my group coaching program, Video Strategy Academy, in March. So I really need to make sure all of my content aligns with these two launches. You could be launching an ebook, maybe even some client openings or one-on-one services, or maybe you drop a new YouTube video every single week and you want to use your content marketing plan to promote that video to get more views and subscribers on your channel. Again, we're looking at this big picture first, and we're starting to put pieces in because, like my friend Steph says, you want to add in the rocks first, then the pebbles, then the sand, okay? So the rocks are those big things like your time off and your launches, then your pebbles, then your sand. Because if we don't put these things on our calendar, honestly, we're going to forget. Hear me out when I tell you it's really important to make sure you're putting that time off, because you don't want to say, okay, this is my son's birthday, that's the day I want to take off, and then when you get to that day, you think, oh crap, I needed to create this, I can't take that time off. So block off the days that you need to and work around those days, because this is really going to honestly help you from burning out, help your really mental health as well, to have time off baked in so you're not constantly on this content creation treadmill. So now we got that plan idea in mind. The first thing that we need to do is make sure the content you create actually achieves something. This is a huge mistake I made in my first year with my content marketing plan. I was just pumping out content, lots of content, creating content because that's what I saw I had to do. I had to create content, which very quickly led to me burning out, actually applying for 9-to-5 jobs again because I was so tired of creating content that was pointless because it wasn't actually affecting the bottom line of my revenue. That's again why it's important that after we put time off on our calendar, we're putting those launches in our calendar as well, so we know what we're working our content for. Without even knowing the goal of what your content marketing plan is, you're not gonna know if it's actually working for you. You're not gonna know if you're actually making money in your business. So why are you creating content, right? You're creating content to drive more leads to your business to increase your revenue, right? At least I hope that's why you're creating content and you're not just creating content for the heck of it. Okay, so your very first step in your content marketing plan is write down your goal for the next 60 to 90 days. This is going to be your compass, and it's going to really help you know if your content marketing plan is working or not. So if you don't have something that you're launching or releasing in the next 60 to 90 days, here are some other ideas for goals you could be trying to achieve in the next 60 to 90 days. growing your email list to 1,000 subscribers, to get 5 client inquiries in your inbox, to increase the sales of your digital products by 30%. Because once you have your compass, once you know what you're going for, you're going to know what calls to action you are going to have in your content, because that call to action is going to point people to that goal. Okay, so let's start working through this and formulating the idea for your content marketing plan. Feel free, if you don't have a goal just yet, to hit pause and think about it. And once you have that goal for your next 60 to 90 days, I would love it if you would share it with me down below in the comments. I want to support you and cheer you on where you can, so I would love to know what your goal is for the next 60 to 90 days. Now, do understand, this goal isn't set in stone. You can change this goal monthly, you can change this goal quarterly, you can change this goal yearly. It's really up to you and what you feel comfortable doing. Like I said, I personally like to work in my business in 90-day chunks at a time. That's called a quarter, and I am changing my goal every single quarter because my new goal then affects my content marketing plan. So then I will create my new content marketing plan for the next 90 days. I'll review everything at the end of those 90 days, see what worked, what didn't, then set the next set. Okay, now that we have our goal in mind, let's start putting things on the calendar. Because if you fail to plan to fail. Now, after you have in your calendar your time off and your launches, it's time to put in there your pillar content. The past couple of videos, which I will pop in, I think right up here, have really talked about creating that pillar content and the importance of your pillar content. So the next thing you're gonna put in your calendar after your time off and your launches is your pillar content every single week. For me, my pillar content is my YouTube videos. So for me to get that pillar content done every single week, I need to be able to film in a quiet house. Since I have a 4 and a 5-year-old, that only happens once a week on Wednesdays. So I need to have at least 1 or 2 Wednesdays in a month blocked off to film my pillar content, because this is going to be the hub of my content marketing plan. Prior to this year, 2021, I was filming once a month. I would do all my content on that last Wednesday of the month for the next month. But in 2021, I'm wanting to be a little more fluid with the videos that I create. So I'm actually blocking every single Wednesday off as a video content day for me. So that's gonna give me the space when my kids are out and the house is quiet to shoot YouTube videos, do Instagram Reels, film course content, or even do lives. So I need to make sure these Wednesdays on my calendar are blocked, and I know this is content creation day so that I can always get my pillar content done. Because if my pillar content isn't done, my entire content marketing strategy just goes into smoke. So knowing this, your step here is to add to your calendar the day you're going to be creating content, all right? We have to put into your calendar when you're creating content, otherwise it's not going to get done. There's no right way to create this content. You could do your video content or your pillar content every single week. You could spend a full day doing an entire month's worth of your pillar content. You could do a marketing Monday where every Monday you're creating your pillar content. But your creation day has got to be on your calendar so you don't put anything else on that day. You're not taking calls that day. You are not running to get a pedicure that day. You have to commit to creating your pillar content, right? Because like I said, otherwise the rest of your content marketing plan doesn't exist. Now that you know when you're creating your content, now you need to backtrack a day or two or maybe a week and start planning when you're going to research your content. Yep, I actually don't recommend doing this entire process in one day. I really enjoy researching and planning my content in bulk. So since I'm filming this on a Wednesday, last week, I believe it was last Thursday, I had time where I sat down and researched all of these videos and mapped them out. What happens is when you're going down the rabbit hole of researching content, you can spawn more ideas. So when you're in that zone and you're researching your content, it's going to really help you to continue to come up with content for the entire month. Whereas if you just research one video at a time, it could be harder for you to come back that next week, kind of get into that same zone or that same path you were in before. So I highly recommend blocking a few hours to just research those 4 pillar pieces of content for your month. So when I am researching, I'm looking for title ideas, I'm looking for thumbnail ideas, I'm looking at comments of videos to see what people are really enjoying about that video, what maybe they are wanting more of, what questions they are having, so I can really formulate what it is I want to talk about in my video to really really serve my audience. And if I don't do that research to really understand what my audience wants, this content is all gonna flop. So once I can do that piece, then I have a clear idea of what I'm going to say in my videos. I can start scripting it out so that when I come and sit down on a Wednesday to film, all I'm focused on is just filming, showing up, smiling, and talking to the camera. I've got it all mapped out, scripted here beside me. But as you can see, this is why it's important to add planning and researching your videos to your calendar as well, because I want the time that you are taking to create this content to help you create content that pays off, that your audience enjoys, that your audience shares, that helps you build your audience, build your know, like, and trust, and ultimately grows the bottom line of your business, your revenue, right? So you really need to bake these pieces into your calendar so that you do them, so the content you are creating does what you need it to do. All right, your action step here is to put on your calendar when you're gonna plan, research, and script your content. Now, if you're writing blogs, then obviously you don't have to script your blog, but you can block another day to write your content. Or if you're doing podcasts, maybe you put another day that you record your podcast, but you need to bake in time for researching and planning that content. Now, here's the secret you came for. How am I creating so much content without being stressed and overwhelmed and still taking 3-day weekends? We have a repurpose strategy for our content marketing plan. I'm going to show you behind the scenes of our process inside of our project management tool, Asana, in just a moment, but I want to share with you how we turned this one YouTube video into over 10 plus pieces of content for all the social platforms so that you can really maximize your pillar content in your complete content marketing plan. Okay, so I will script this video. More recently, I've been really scripting word for word what I want to say so that we can take my script from my YouTube video. We now have Instagram captions. We have Instagram quote cards we can pull from quotes that I'm saying, Instagram carousel posts that we can pull, blog posts, LinkedIn posts, email newsletters. We've also are able to use this content into email sequences and funnels as well. So that's already 6 pieces of content from just the script that I'm creating. I haven't even turned the camera on. Then once I film this video, I will film an alternate ending specifically for a call to action on Facebook, specifically for a call to action on Instagram TV. So that's one YouTube video, now one Facebook, one Instagram TV video. We are then pulling clips for Instagram stories. We're pulling clips for the IG feed. We are pulling clips to make reels. So again, that's 6 more pieces of content. So we're at what? 12 ways that you can really take a YouTube video and repurpose it like crazy in your content marketing plan. Now, I want you to keep this plan all nicely organized because there can be a lot of moving pieces. So let me show you how we do this all in Asana, and this can work for you even if you're a team of 1. Since we talked about YouTube being my hub content, that's really where I map out the bulk of my content is in my YouTube project here inside of Asana. If you watch the past couple weeks videos, I talk about, my ideas list and what this whole process looks like. But what I'm focusing on in here is making sure I have videos scheduled for every Wednesday and every Sunday. So when I research this, the process that I go through is I title it and then I will script it. Then I will move it here into record and I will put due dates on these. If I know when I'm recording, I will come into here, and if I know this is due January 27th, I must have it filmed prior to that. So if January 27th is when it's due, I need to shoot that A-roll by January 13th probably, just so that I can give my editor time to edit it, and because I like to stay ahead of the game and make sure we're not in a time crunch. So for example, the past couple weeks videos are right here. You can see that I had these all checked off and recorded. This is actually December 31st, so that my editor had this done by December 31st, so she has the final files ready for me by January 4th, so that this video is ready to go live on January 6th. I also inside of here keep all of my script content. So I literally wrote my scripts inside of here because when we're creating additional content for other platforms, my assistant can come in here and grab actual words and phrases and paragraphs that I use for other platforms. I've also listed the tags that I'm going to be using and the thumbnails that I created so that we can also use this not only for thumbnails, but Instagram TV cover photos, maybe even Instagram Reels, LinkedIn, whatever we need them for. So I have them all inside of here as well for easy access. I do have this all planned out in here, but again, if we go into this one, you'll also see it's connected to my content calendar and it's in the YouTube video list. So if we go to my content calendar, this is the calendar view and you can see my entire content for January is planned out and color coded. You will see that the YouTube videos are right here in white because they are on a different board, but everything else here is color coded by what that content is. So pink you will see is Instagram stories, yellow is Instagram feed posts, orange is Instagram live topics. We have not added in LinkedIn posts yet. We're working on these on Monday. You'll also see these pink ones, and these are Instagram carousel posts. So those posts that you see that have multiple slides to them. We keep this all nicely organized in here, and we know that when this YouTube video goes live, the IGTV video is going to be this particular video, right? We're going to use this IGTV video from this repurposed video. Next, we are going to post another video on Sunday, and Sunday's video is going to be repurposed for the IGTV on Monday. So we also are doing Instagram carousel posts to talk about these videos as well. So how can we break these down in a way that people want to share and save these with a lot of information? Now, my Instagram feeds that I am responsible for are in yellow, and these are the ones that I need to write more about my story, be more personal. I literally have to write these posts, and each one of these stories and feed have a direction. So I'm not just going blind every single day on what I should be creating on my content calendar. I know that on January 4th, I need to create building authority in a personal way. I've used Alex Beaton's project storyline to use these. So it literally gives me a template on what I should talk about my very first client if I'm feeling stuck. Same here, there's content in here to help me know what I'm going to talk about on Instagram stories so that I'm not wasting my time or skipping over creating content. Now, how I set this up first though is in board format, and I have them all listed by platform. So I have YouTube video list, I have LinkedIn post link, which I said we are working on that starting on Monday. Instagram posts, so these are all on the Instagram feed. You see the pink is color coded carousel and the yellow is color coded just a post from me. Instagram TV, which will be updated here with the actual YouTube videos that coincide with that date. Since this is IGTV for Thursday, we need to coincide that with the most recent YouTube video, which will be what is content marketing. Again, January 11th will coincide with the January 10th post. So pretty easy to remember. Instagram stories, like I said, I use Alex Beaton's project storyline to know what to talk about when. Instagram live, I just came up with a bunch of ideas that I wanted to talk about, and those are what I'm going to be talking about on Instagram live. We're also trying to figure out a way to implement reels. We are taking our YouTube videos and repurpose them into reels. So we do have somewhat of a reel strategy, but I do have some ideas on some original reels content that I want to do as well. So I've organize them all inside of here. The way to make them color coded in this calendar like this is by giving them tags. So for example, if we go into Instagram carousel post, here's where I added the tags. I just clicked on that and I created these so that they're color coded in my calendar. One thing to also keep in mind is that they need to be assigned to you if you want to see them on your calendar. So for me, if I go into my tasks, I will see everything that I'm responsible for every single day of the week. So in my content calendar, if I know that my IG stories I have to create, I need them on my list. That's why they are assigned to me. And that's also why this feed post is assigned to me too, because I have to write that. Whereas the IG live, my assistant will be publishing. The IG carousel, my assistant will be publishing. I should actually add her on there. And the best way to do that is just coming in here and adding that person and giving that person a due date, because then it will show up in their task in Asana as well. And I sit down every single quarter to plan this out, to plan 3 months in advance. So you can see we have January mapped out. We also have February. And finally, we also have March planned out as well. Now, I don't have my YouTube content planned out to fill into these pieces. I generally do my YouTube content a month at a time. And so as I'm filming this video on January 1st, I have all of January's content filmed for my video editor, and so that we can easily just put these out onto social media. So since I only have January's content completed for YouTube, you can see on my task, my complete calendar, that on January 19th, I have planned YouTube content, and on the 20th, I'm going to film my YouTube content. So I'm going to be filming all my content for February by January 21st. So that's how I keep everything organized here inside of Asana. Now, if you're stuck with coming up with 52 ideas, remember, one pillar piece of content a week for the whole year. Make sure you click on this video on your screen right now because I show you exactly what I do to constantly come up with fresh new content ideas every single week. Click on that video and I'll see you over there.